I'd like to welcome everybody to the 2013 21st Annual Silvestri Mushrooms Beast of the East Press Conference. First year tournament director. I reflect back on the first 20 years, and I look at what Vic Leonard and Bob Shaw accomplished over 20 years, and it's really pretty amazing as to what little old Delaware has accomplished in 20 years. It started out, I guess, as we all know, trying to get Delaware some tough competition, out-of-state competition, national competition. They've achieved that very well. You look at the talent that's come through the Beast over the years, and it's just amazing. You look at the NCAA champions. You look at their bios, they all wrestle, how many have wrestled here at the Beast. The other benefactor of the Beast of the East is the scholarships, the DWA scholarships. And it's one of the things that the Delaware Wrestling Alliance probably is most proud of, that we've been able to award $706,000 in scholarships over those 20 years. So as first year tournament director and with the Beast of the East committee and all the many volunteers that it takes, I hope that we're able to continue the legacy that Bob and Vic has put forth over those 20 years. The teams. This year we have, again, some of the top teams in the country. We have over 100 teams entered into the tournament. It's a moving target every day this week. Unfortunately, like Great Bridge called yesterday, their team has the flu, the whole team. So they won't be able to come. But again, Solanco calls me on Sunday. I get a call from Dave Haynes, who is Thomas Haynes' father. Wants to get his son into the Beast. Well, everybody in this room probably knows who Thomas Haynes is. He's the #2 heavyweight in the country, and he's not happy about that. He wants to wrestle Thomas Navilis in the worst way because Penn State recruited Thomas Navilis instead of Thomas Haynes, and Thomas Haynes will probably see him at Dapper Dan. So again, we have the #2 heavyweight in the country. He's the #6 recruit in the country. We got the call over the weekend. Monday we made it happen. The team, John Little, got on board. So again, it's a moving target every day. But top teams, again, #1 Blair Academy, #4 Wyoming Seminary, #8 Massillon Perry, #9 Bergen Catholic, #10 Brecksville. There's 5 of the top 10 teams in the country. St. Peter's Prep, Don Bosco Prep, Bethlehem Catholic, Robinson High School, all nationally ranked. So again, the top teams are here. The wrestlers, we probably have 800 plus wrestlers. You guys okay? We have 800 plus wrestlers, all vying for a Beast Championship. We have 4 returning Beast champions. We have Nick Soriano, who won a 106 Beast Championship last year from Bergen Catholic. Brent Fleetwood, Delaware's own Brent Fleetwood from Smyrna High School. Alfred Bannister from Bishop McNamara, who was last year's outstanding wrestler. And we have Garrett Peppelman from Central Dauphin. So 4 returning champions. We have another 5 finalists from last year. That coupled with 48 ranked wrestlers in the country, over 40 state champions, 30 more runner-ups. So we have 70 state finalists that are going to be competing for 14 Beast Championships. Again, the talent is here. It's an amazing event. Over 70, as I said, over 70 state finalists, 50%. Again, I'm throwing out a lot of numbers because to me it's staggering. I look at these numbers, and I've looked at these since back in April when we started selecting the teams, and I look at these numbers and it's staggering. And Bob, you know well, you've done this for 10 years, so you know these numbers. 50% of our field that placed last year is returning this year. And then let's not forget the Delaware teams. We have 8 state champions from Delaware that are going to compete. And we have Michael Height here tonight who, him and Brent Fleetwood be tangling in the 120-pound weight class. In fact, 120 is one of the toughest weight classes. Probably 2 of the toughest weight classes here is 160. And we have Garrett Peppelman and Tristan Warner, who that could be a Pennsylvania state championship. They're #2 and #4 in the country. And you know, if it all works out, you never know. It's tough competition at 160, and there's going to be other wrestlers that have something to say about whether they're going to make it to the finals or not. But that could be a Pennsylvania State Championship, and we could have a Delaware State Championship with Mike and Brent. So it's going to be exciting. I mean, if Mason Manville goes at 145, he wrestled 152 this past weekend, but if he drops down to 145, you could have a repeat of Alfred Bannister and Mason Manville from the finals last year. So it's amazing to see the talent that is here. Seating meeting will be Thursday night. We're probably going to start. We'll start seating probably 5:36, and I do believe we're going to put it online starting 7 to 7:30. So anybody can follow it. Go on the Beast Wrestling website, and once we get completed a weight class, we'll put that weight class up starting probably 106 is probably where we'll start. New this year. Over the last couple of years, I've been involved maybe 5-6 years real actively. I've followed the Beast ever since it started with when I started bringing my son here. But over the last 5-6 years that I've been involved, Bob Shaw, as tournament director, has always talked about how to take the tournament to the next level. And Bob did that every year. You know, he instituted the big screen. We have the big screen so that the kids can see who's wrestling on what mat. Last year, you went to track wrestling. We're paperless. And how efficient, you know, track wrestling is now the norm for most tournaments. We're going to be doing both of them again this year, but this year, and Kevin, I told you I got to give a shout out to you this year. Last year at this press conference, Kevin Tresolini told me, you got to get on Twitter, you got to get on Twitter. I didn't even know what Twitter was. So I'm like, okay, Kev, I don't know. So now I'm on Twitter, and my daughter laughs at me. My daughter's 18 years old, and she's like, Dad, what are you doing on Twitter? Well, the Beast of the East is on Twitter, so anybody who wants to follow the Beast of the East can follow it at Beast Wrestling 7. So at Beast Wrestling 7 is follow us on Twitter. So we're on Facebook, you know, social media. We got to get up with the times, so we're on Facebook. Last year, Bob had the finals live. We streamed the finals live. This year, we're streaming the quarterfinals, the semifinals, and the finals live. So again, anybody who's interested, if you can't make it to the event, you go on beastwrestling.com, you hit live stream, and for $19.95 you can watch. And actually, you can watch the whole event through live stream. We're going to start on Saturday morning. We're going to have 4 cameras streaming all weekend long. We're only promoting the quarterfinals, semifinals, and finals. And this way, we'll start on Saturday morning, 8:30 when wrestling starts, live streaming 4 cameras, and we're going to stream the first 2 rounds for free. So anybody from 8:30 to 3 o'clock wants to watch wrestling, they can hook onto the Beast website, watch those first 2 rounds for free. Anybody who pre-registers and pays the $19.95, starting at 3 o'clock, you can put your username and password in there, and you can watch wrestling all day Saturday and all day Sunday. So it's really, you know, trying to make it, get it out there to people that can't get to the event. So we want you to come too. So if you can get here, we have tickets at the door. That's not a problem. So again, we're trying to, every year we sit and we think, bang our heads, how can we make the tournament better? We keep continuing to try to do that. We can't do it without sponsorships. Our goal, again, I mentioned the $706,000 that we've been able to award to Delaware athletes. In fact, talking about sponsorship, I don't know if anybody's seen the News Journal today, but on the back of today's News Journal, on the main page, we have a Delaware Wrestling Alliance ad, and that was sponsored by Santora Group. And let me read in case you guys didn't see it. It says Delaware Wrestling, and this is the 5 scholarship winners from this past year. And it says Delaware Wrestling Alliance is a nonprofit organization that promotes wrestling at all levels in the state of Delaware. Above are the 2013 scholarship winners. Each winner received a $10,000 scholarship. DWA has awarded $706,000 in scholarships to date. You can visit the DWA's website for more information. So if you want to donate, we'll take donations. It's at dwawrestling.org. So dwawrestling.org, check it out. And we thank the Santora Group for putting that ad in there for us at no charge to us. Again, sponsorships, back to sponsorships. Our title sponsor is Silvestri Mushrooms. Donna told me before we started that I can't say anything about her, so I won't say anything more right now about the Silvestri mushrooms. I'll save her for the end. But we have, again, we have many sponsors. You can go on our website and the list of sponsors are there. This year we've created the levels of sponsorship for the donation value. So if you go on our website, you'll see platinum sponsors, diamond sponsors, gold, silver, bronze, table sponsors. You'll see all the different level sponsors and the categories that are underneath those sponsors. We can't do it without them. Some of the main sponsors are ATI, Dr. Axe, Dr. Straight, Delaware Tourism, Resolite, Brandywine Graphics, NBA Jewelers, Martin Screen Printing, Senator Nicole Poor, and they're just to name a few. There's many more on there. Go on the website, check it out, and they're the reason that we're so successful and able to give out our scholarships. Thank you. And again, we can't do it without all the volunteers. We have many volunteers, over 200 volunteers that work endlessly throughout the weekend. And then there's a few, maybe a dozen or so that, you know, Kevin asked me just a few minutes ago what was my biggest challenge of my first year as being tournament director. And I don't know that it was the challenge as much as the commitment, and Bob knows well. This is a year-long process. We start, for next year, we'll start in January 2014. So in January 2013, we started for this event. You start with the applications, you put them online, you receive applications, and we probably receive, you know, we have 106 teams that are entering into the event. We probably received over 200 applications to come to this tournament. You got to sift through all those applications. January, February, March, April, we send all our contracts out. So probably the biggest challenge was more so the commitment that not that I didn't realize it, because Bob informed me well, but it is a year-long commitment. It's not just something you can start in September and make it happen in December. So again, in talking about Bob Shaw, Bob, I couldn't appreciate more of your guidance this year. You've been there for me every step of the way. You didn't just say, Steve, here you go, here's the baton, and see you later. I'm going to be in Cancun somewhere. No, you were there for us. You stayed on the seating or the selection committee, and you've been there every step of the way. So I appreciate it. And I called Bob today and said, Bob, so what, you got a whole lot of time with you? Actually, I was venting to Bob today about all the calls I was getting. And I said, oh, you have a nice relaxing day? He said, no, I've been on the phone. I said, you just have different, you're still busy, just different busy. But Bob, I appreciate all your help. Tom Basso stepped up to be assistant tournament director this year. And not only does Tom coordinate all the hotels, hospitality rooms, but he picked up a lot of the slack. Sometimes we both get emails, and Tom would answer it before I had to, and you know what, that was great because I'm answering so many emails, and I said, okay, Tom's got that one. So Tom, I appreciate all your help, and I'm really glad what you told me earlier, that Bob wanted to stay so involved that next year he's taking over the hotels for you. That's Bob, we appreciate that.
I'll go there.
So, Another big boost to the committee is Jody Wilson. He couldn't be here tonight. Actually, Jody is home, actually going through all the track wrestling teams and rosters and trying to make sure he gets them straight. And for our CD meeting on Thursday night. So he said if I want him to be prepared for Thursday night, he wouldn't be able to be here. I said stay home. So it was more important for him. He wanted to be here, but it's more important for him. I told him to go on Inside Wrestling and live stream it, and he can watch it. So he might be watching us right now. Who knows? Ann Vittori. Ann is the silent one. She just behind the scenes tickets. She just takes care of the tickets. And what a blessing for me, because I was like, Ann, what do you need me to do? She said, nothing. I got it handled. So, on that respect, it helps a tournament director when you're having good people with you that can just handle something and you don't even have to worry about it. Ron Eby, he takes care of all our legislative issues and he's there for the weekend. Ross Thomas, he's assistant Keith Mumford. I'm sure Keith, He's probably been there with you every step of the way like Bob was with me as he passed the baton to the referees and coordinating all the referees. And then Ross also takes care of all our financial requirements. So can't appreciate that enough. Warren Peterson's been here a couple years, takes care of the volunteer coordinators, takes care of the floor operations. Joe Arcangelo, security coordinator. Joe, that's a tough job. You probably got the toughest job of everybody that whole weekend because those coaches, and I know Cameron's the only coach here, but they don't listen to us. So, and yeah, it's Cameron and I got all the respect in the world. That's true. So, Joe, you got the toughest job, and I'm glad that his second year. Usually, after 1 year, they're done. You're a 2-year security man. That's pretty tough. That's pretty special.
I did scratch my head actually. Oh my God.
It helps that Joe's a Newcastle County cop too, so yeah, that doesn't hurt things. Vic Leonard and then Javier, and they're always there to help out with whatever we need. So head table, Kim McConnelly, Rodney, and Darlene Granger, they work up the head table, do a tremendous job. And then obviously Joe Silvestri, Joey Silvestri, Melinda Watkins, they're our championship finals regulars, so we appreciate all their help. University of Delaware Club team, we're proud to support the University of Delaware Wrestling Club team. They come down, they support the Delaware Wrestling Alliance throughout the year, and they are tremendous helps coming down on Friday, helping set up. They're there all weekend, and then they help tear down at the end of the weekend. So it's a pleasure to work with them. Again, I already mentioned Keith Mumford, but new coordinators this year. We have Keith Mumford working on coordinating the referees. John Groom is coordinating facility setup. Is kind of what I used to do, and John Groom is kind of taking over that role. And then Andy Gilden has stepped in for Kevin Bradley to take care of coordinating the weigh-ins. Again, this is just a few. I can't go through and list all the volunteers that it takes to make this event happen. It's just endless, and we appreciate all the volunteers that help us throughout the weekend. All right, Donna, you told me I couldn't speak. Well, I'm driving, so I'm not walking. Title sponsor, Silvestri Mushroom. What would we do without Donna Silvestri and Silvestri Mushrooms? Somebody asked me just recently, in fact, we were on a Dr. Axe show. And in fact, the Dr. Axe show is airing tonight, right now at the same time, so hopefully they're watching us and not that. Take that, film that. But last week we filmed the Dr. Axe show. Don and I went on. We had Anthony Mancini, Michael Albanese, and Michael Beatrice. Anthony Mancini, Slaziano, Michael Beatrice, or not Michael Beatrice, Drew Davia from St. Mark's, and Michael Albanese from St. George's. And so Dr. Axe was asking, we say we're the #1 tournament in the country. And he asked me, why are we the #1 tournament in the country? So I told him, I said, number one, we got the toughest talent in the country. You see the teams, you see the talent. By far, it's some of the toughest talent in the country. But a tournament isn't made by just talent alone. That helps. A tournament is made by many other things. The venue, University of Delaware is a beautiful campus. We have the tournament at University of Delaware, Bob Carpenter Center. What a great facility to host an event. You guys are all there. We put all the 11 mats down. You got beautiful seating. It really lends itself to this event. Hospitality room. We got the best hospitality room around. Mediato's Italian restaurant is going to be providing the food this year. Silvestri Mushrooms sponsoring it. But most important, we have the secret weapon. And that secret weapon is Donna Silvestri. We're the best tournament in the country because we have Donna. Nobody else has her, so we got Donna. So again, it's what she does for our event, and the Delaware Wrestling Alliance and the organization is tremendous. And she doesn't ever want to have any accolades. She's sitting there. She's going to kill me later. That's okay. Donna's not only the executive director of the DWA. And we're not even going to talk about what she does throughout the year. We're only going to talk about what she does for Beast. Her company sponsors is the title sponsor of the Beast, and they are also the sponsor of the hospitality. So that's a tall order, and we appreciate that sponsorship greatly. Donna's also, she takes care of the sanctions. So again, when all the schools apply, we have to get them sanctioned to their federation. Donna takes care of that. Donna takes care of the insurance. Donna's the coordinator of all the sponsorships. So all the sponsorships we get, there's other people who get sponsorships here and there, but Donna gets probably 90% of the sponsorship, and she coordinates putting it all together, collecting all the money, and making sure that everything's taken care of. Donna, we went on the Youth and Sports Show last week. And last but not least, Donna's the one who greets all our guests with a smile at the front lobby. So, Donna, again, we appreciate everything you do, and we can't do it without you, so we appreciate that. So that's pretty much it. I don't know if anybody has any questions. I'll take any questions if anybody has them. If not, I appreciate everybody coming, and we'll see everybody this weekend. Beach to the East Wrestling Tournament, Saturday and Sunday. Wrestling starts 8:30 on Saturday morning. Probably go till 10 or 10:30 Saturday night, hopefully earlier, if everything works out okay. And then we start wrestling 8:30 on Sunday. Wrestle at 2:30. Finals will start at 3:15, and we'll go from there. So thank you everybody for attending. Appreciate it.